Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Chase back with another tutorial. Today I did this Kalani remix, so I'm going to go through it, break it down a little bit. And the main thing from this lesson is going to be how you can harmonize a vocal if you just have it by itself. If you're trying to remix something, or maybe you're working with a vocalist and they have a song idea. So it'll be kind of harmonization, and then I'll just break down sort of this trick that I'm doing in a way where I'm mixing kind of more synthetic sounds with more organic sounds. So I'm going to play this little remix first. It's just very short, just a chorus, build up in a chorus. So I'll play it first, then do a little breakdown. You just get the vocal here. Can't believe the lights that I went for. Thought you was my bitch. So here's how you can kind of, so every time you have a vocal, first thing I do is just play around and find what key it's in. I just start playing. See if I play this note. If I play E major, that's not working at all. You took my feelings and just threw them out the window. Feel like it's too hard to fall in love. Right, so I find the key just based on using relative pitch. Can't believe the lights that I went for. Thought you was mine, but you decided to be with him. No, you took my feelings and just threw them out the window. Feel like it's too hard to fall in love again. No, on some can't believe the lights. Right, so we get the key, and then that key is either C minor or E major. So then what I did from there is I like to use a lot of, if you watch this channel, you know I like to use a lot of jazzier chords. Right, so first thing I did was I was just messing around with chord progressions in E major. I did kind of 2, 5, 1 originally. I didn't like that. It was too like old school jazz, like. Like kind of old school jazz. So what I did to make it more modern, I liked the 2-5-1, but then I went to a minor 6 because this C alt is very like 50s old school jazz. So I did 2-5-1 6, but with a minor 9. Then I did 2-5-1 again, 2-5-1 in E flat major. But then actually, yeah, that's the first time. So then second time, in the second cycle, I go 2, 5, 6, sus, 1, and then I do this little passing chord, which is just E diminished, which when you have like, there's different dominants that you can use. Like you kind of have like tonic, predominant, and dominant. That's just like a basic Western music theory thing. So you can either do, I could have either went 1, used the 5 alt, there's would have been this chord. You also could have done that. But I just thought the diminished sounded the best, E diminished. So if you want to always, let's say you're in G minor, you can do the same thing. Excuse me. Right, you could do the same thing in A. Excuse me. Right, so you can always just use a diminished chord down a half step to get back to a minor chord. So that's what I did. First I get the key, and then I just play around with different chord progressions. Take your time. And then one other tip that I have is if you're trying to keep your chord progression fresh throughout like a sequence, come up with like 2 different alterations. So like have 1, which in this case it's the 2-5-1 minor 6. Then the second time around we go 2-5 sus6, 1, diminished, right? So it just keeps the chord progression a bit fresh instead of being so static. So that's how I came up with the chords. And then one other thing that I'm doing more now when I'm working in a lot of my music, but just like maybe R&B too, is like mixing more electronic sounds also with organic stuff. So like in these drums, for example, we get the organic ride with the electronic hats, the electronic closed hats, and then you get an organic open hat and an organic shaker, and then an organic main snare, but then more of an electronic secondary snare. Oh, excuse me. So it's like you're mixing organic sounds with electronic sounds, which I think just sounds really fresh in a way. Same thing with all the different melodic elements. Like we get real bass, we have live bass, but then two very just like basic waveforms. One's a sine, one's a square swell. So then you have two very non-organic sounds, synth sounds, and then we get another synth sound that's doing a melody. But this is a Juno, or this is like a Juno synth run through RC20, so it sounds vintage in a way. Then we get bells with that, which is a natural sound. And then we get this natural harp. So it's kind of like some orchestral elements plus some synthesizers. Then we get this organic forest noise and then vinyl sound. So it's like kind of a mix of like all my influences, which is like electronic music and then more vintage like soul and R&B stuff. Right, so we took, I think the original chord progression is like something kind of more pop like that. I don't know exactly what it is. So then basically what I did was make it a lot more jazzier and then mix those organic and electronic elements. So I can break down, let's see. Yeah, and then I use this new plugin that I've got. It was like East West Suite. They have a lot of good orchestral sounds that you can use. So I downloaded some of these orchestral packs and I've been using them to sort of mix with these electronic elements. All right, that's the tutorial. If you liked the tutorial, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. And then let me know down below in the comments if you have any songs you want me to break down, or if you want to see more production tutorials or beats, just let me know. All right, thanks guys. See ya.